Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Coffee with the Mayor or Coffee with Sid, however you want to call it. We had some really good news to announce. Last night, we were able to fill in one of our open council member seats with a guy who's, I think, is a really cool dude. He knows this community very well. He's got decades of experience of loving this city. And I would like to introduce the newest council member to the city of Olivet, Mr. Rick Knox. So what we're going to do is swear this young man in and make it official that he's going to be one of the newest council members. And if you would step up, sir, and if you would, we'll go ahead and swear you in, ma'am, sir.
Raise your right hand, please. I state your name.
I, Richard F. Knox,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess all the qualifications
that I possess all the qualifications
prescribed by law
prescribed by law
for a council member,
for a council member,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the state of Missouri,
and the state of Missouri,
the provisions of all laws
the provisions of all laws
of the state of Missouri affecting cities,
of the state of Missouri affecting cities,
and the ordinances of the city of Olivet,
and the ordinances of the city of Olivet,
and that I will faithfully
and that I would faithfully
discharge the duties of the office.
discharge the duties of the office.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I know he's going to do a great job. He didn't stumble over a single phrase doing that. I tripped over that when I had to swear and I was falling all over my feet and he did it like, boom, you were prepared. So welcome to the Coffee with the Mayor. And today we have some special guests here. We have Mr. David Moons, a volunteer director for Turkey Trot, and also Erica Steen, the director of the Harvey Kornblum Jewish Food Pantry. Please come on up, have a seat. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump right on in and talk about the Turkey Trot and exactly why we do it and how long we've been doing it and the purpose of the Turkey Trot. And we'll also talk with Erica as well. She was going to tell us exactly what the Harvey Kornblum Pantry does for the community. And let's go ahead and get started. And we'll start with you, sir. Tell us about the Turkey Trot.
Sure.
Maybe we just put this down a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Think it's down to my level.
How about you just talk, take the microphone?
Yeah, here we go. All right. Good morning, everyone. How are we doing? Congrats. I think there's a presentation that Barb is going to throw up for us. Awesome. Does everyone have enough coffee? Are there donuts? Is there donuts? No donuts?
We ate the donuts.
Ate the donuts. Okay. All right. Well, okay. Well, all right. I can get started. It's so the Turkey Trot is an Olivet event. I think it's maybe the premier event of the year. It's a ton of fun, and we're really excited that we're 8 days away right now. As of right now, I think we have 1,100 runners signed up with a goal still of trying to hit 2,000 for the year, which is really quite exciting. It's a home, like it was born right here at home, right? So it started with Jeff Springer, and I think Ruth and Jeff are on the phone, and anyone who's familiar with Olivet knows that Jeff and Ruth are integral to our history over the last 20 some odd years. And one year Jeff had his brother, I think, come into town, and his brother wanted to run a race, and there was no race to run except if you wanted to go to Webster, which is terrible, or if you wanted to go downtown, and they didn't want to do that. So Jeff, and if you know Jeff well and Ruth, he just said, I'm going to start something on my own. And they did. And that was in 2014. And I think we had a handful of runners. And then it's grown to the point where in 2019, we had 1,600 or so runners. And this year, we're targeting another 2,000 or something close to it. There's a bunch of people that get together to make this thing happen, from our police department to the fire department to folks right here in our city center, and some unwitting residents like myself who get involved. We have a vision for this race and for what it means to the city. And it's not to become the largest, most expansive, most widely publicized race, but we do want it to be the best community race in St. Louis. We want everyone to think when Thanksgiving rolls around, they want to be running the Olivet Turkey Trot. And we want to build an experience for those runners and for the residents here that makes sense. And we feel like there's three key components to that. The first is that we want to raise money, and we want to donate to a local charity that affects not only the region of St. Louis, but specifically our community, which is why we've partnered with the food pantry since the inception. We want to build community through experience. And you'll see like those are beer cans. That's part of the experience. Like we want it to be fun. We don't want it to just be a moment of exercise. We want it to be a memorable experience to start off Thanksgiving. And lastly, we want to showcase Olivet as a city, because oftentimes we have runners finish who are not from the area and they're like, wow, this place is really beautiful. And our route takes us through different areas of our city that are seldom seen, including the running path that runs through the heart of it. So this is the vision. This is what we want to accomplish. We've raised it, that number is sort of a flex number. We don't know where this year's going to end, but it's going to be somewhere around in aggregate since its inception, around $50,000 to donate to the local food pantry, which is not nothing, and something I think everyone here in Olivet should be proud of. We have a variety of different people who run. It's not like the local track team that shows up. My kids are running this year. You know, people run with their dogs, with strollers. We started, here's the first race in 2014 with 292 people. And in 2019, we had 1,640. And this year, I committed to making sure if I have to drag people from their homes, that we're going to exceed that number. And we're going to have a great race next Thursday. And it's friends, groups, neighbors, families, people just show up. It starts at 8 in the morning. You finish in 30, 45 minutes, have a cold beer, and then you start cooking your turkey, or maybe you start fixing your fixings or whatever it is. But it's a variety of folks that show up, and it's always a good time, and it's always a lot of laughs. And thankfully, we have local support from the police department and the fire department to make sure that it's very safe. We've never had an issue, never had an injury. I believe that's an accurate statement. I'm just going to say it out loud though. And it's really exciting. The course takes us from Stacy Park, down Old Bonham, up Price, across Villa, and then it wiggles into Hillendale, and then at Dealman, it hits the path. We have a hydration station that's run by the local Boy Scout troop at Dealman in the path, and it's been run by that group for a handful of years now. And then it ends up with a big party back in Stacy Park. It's really simple course. It's chip timed. It's accurate. It could be used for your race time, could be used for other events, and it's a lot of fun. We shut down all the streets, so it's a very safe event. It's not like some others where you're running between cars. It's safe for walkers, it's safe for dogs, it's safe for families. We have a great list of supporters. Jeff's not here, but if he were here, he would spend most of the time on this slide, because absent of supporters within the community, this thing doesn't work. And so Dobbs has been a supporter since the inception. Barnes Jewish, Ridge House Capital is a new supporter. Murphy Construction is a new supporter, and we were very thankful to have them on board, as well as local breweries and now distilleries that donate booze and beer for the event to make the post-party celebration that much more celebratory. But we also have coffee and hot chocolate and snacks for kids and whatnot. And without, well, this slide's got to change now. But without a great group of volunteers, which is one of my main responsibilities with the event, it doesn't work. So this year we're having, I don't know, 40 plus odd volunteers chipping in to help out, and they really bring the whole thing to life. And it's a great group of people. A lot of these folks have volunteered 2, 3, 4 years in a row. And it's just a lot of fun. It's a great tradition that we've started. And that's about it. That's all we have. I think I'll turn it over to my partner here to talk about the pantry, maybe.
Good morning. Ooh, that's loud. So the Harvey Kornblum Jewish Food Pantry and Jewish Family Services is so grateful for the support of the Olivet community and the Turkey Trot. It's just such a wonderful opportunity to work together and to support each other. I have not been to the Turkey Trot. I did it virtually last year, so I'm excited to be there this year. But just a little bit about the pantry for those who are interested. The Harvey Kornblum Jewish Food Pantry is a program of Jewish Family Services. We are a pantry open to anyone in need in the community. In 2020, we served 21,600 individuals and are on track to serve probably close to about 20,000 this year. Each month we serve about 1,700 families, and really our goal is just to help alleviate hunger in our the St. Louis region. We are right on the border of Olivet and Creve Coeur, so we're happy to be close by. And we're grateful for not only the monetary donations, but the food donations from the community.
I will say this, that we are fortunate enough that we live in a place where we can afford to give back. And a true sign of a great city is not how you treat wealthy citizens, but how you treat the people who are in need. And that's a sign of greatness. And I think we've been doing some really good things for people inside and outside our community. That's what makes us a great town. I will leave it open to the folks here. If you have any questions of our guests, by all means, please ask it. Go ahead, sir.
We are located right at the corner of Bauer and Warson. We're catty corner from the police substation, the St. Louis County substation.
Mayor, we do have Ruth and Jeff Springer on, and they have their hand raised as well.
By all means.
Okay, I think Ruth, Jeff, you can go ahead and unmute yourself and ask and make your statement, etc.
Hi, this is Ruth, and I wanted to do two things. First, I wanted to say congratulations to the chief, if he's still, well, not to the chief, I'm sorry, to the council member, Rick Knox.
He is still here.
If he's still in the audience, congratulations, Rick. Man, I warned you. I'm just going to say that. I warned you, but you went in anyway. And I wanted to tell the people who are listening, I think David did a great job summing up what Turkey Trot is. It is all about community. It is about creating community. And as a community, to create and to have a signature event like this is what will bring people into our community to see it, to appreciate it, and to keep coming back to it. And that is what makes it such a great event. And I thank David for all he's done in this year. It has been a difficult year for us as we transition out, but I think he's done a great job. And I can't say thank you enough to everyone.
Well, thank you, Ruth. Again, you planted the seed of this program, and it's still growing. Do we have any other questions out in the audience? Go ahead, please.
I was just going to ask, do people come to your place to get the food, or do you distribute it? How does that work?
We have, the community comes to us. We're currently running things as a drive-through. So folks are coming, they're driving around our building. We're checking them in, finding out how many people are in their family so that we can pack accordingly. Our goal is to give each family 10 days worth of food per person in their household. And then we have volunteers who work in our building to help pack up those grocery items. And I hope, and I think that we actually do a really good job of packing up items that comprise of shelf-stable items, proteins, fresh fruits and vegetables, and things that will hopefully help give people a nutritious balance of food to help sustain their days and to give them the energy to make it on to their next project.
Are there specific days of the week that the food pantry is open for the public to come to get the help and the services you so gracefully offer?
Oh, I thank you. The pantry is open to distribute food Monday through Friday. We distribute the food items between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. And anyone who's in need can come to the pantry. We're at 10601 Bauer Boulevard. Like I mentioned earlier, we're right at the corner of Bauer and Warson, catty corner from the St. Louis County substation.
Do you need to have an appointment or schedule yourself in advance before you come?
You do not need an appointment to come. Anyone, even if they haven't come before, can come to the pantry. Families who come before can come one time per month. And like I said, our hope is to give everybody at least 10 days worth of food to help sustain them through the month.
I have one more question. Everybody is feeling a tremendous shortage of things to consumption things,
Mhm.
food and I'm even hearing, I don't know if it's affecting St. Louis, but I think some areas around the country are having Thanksgiving food shortages. Are you experiencing this?
So about 90% of the food that we give out is donated. And we have seen some shortages, but we are lucky to have communities like Olivet and other donors throughout the St. Louis area who are very supportive of what we do, which gives us some cash to be able to purchase food to supplement the donations we're getting. But it hasn't affected us greatly, but we are starting to slowly feel the tightness in the community within the grocery stores and the wholesalers.
So I was wondering, sounds like a great project. Do you have an idea of what percentage are coming from outside the city of Olivet? And are there any coming people within the city of Olivet that are community that are in need of food?
I am absolutely sure that there are folks within Olivet that come to the pantry. I apologize, I don't know my percentages specifically of Olivet, but I would say that about 80% of the guests coming to the pantry live in the St. Louis County area. So, and we are seeing more and more from the city and from surrounding towns.
What about clothing? Do you guys ever take donations of clothing at all?
We do not, but we have a list of resources in the community that we are happy to share with anyone who's interested in regard to families that need clothing. We have a lot of families who are in need of diapers and other services. So through the program, if anyone requests an item that we don't have, we will send them out to another agency in the community to share, and we want to share resources. And we certainly hope that those agencies do the same with us when they have people who are in need of food.
Like, for example, unfortunately, poverty and violence are familiar with bedfellows. What if we have women who come who are in a battered situation? Do you need resources that you can provide to a woman who's violent situation and she might be able to help?
The pantry itself does not, but we are a part of the larger Jewish Family Services Agency, and our agency does have therapy options and places to help. We also actually have a child abuse prevention program hoping to help children to learn about abuse and good touch and bad touch to help them grow into stronger adults. But anyone coming to us, we won't turn anyone away, and we will help them as much as we can with the resources that we have.
You have other tentacles within inside Jewish Family Services, like you noted. Some of it is elder,
Mhm.
others are through the Children's Fund, and that is where you provide the therapy services to children. So if there's a way to just kind of further expand on that, I know what you do. My organization, my day job uses you, And as well, you referred to us. So, if you want to kind of touch on what some of those other tentacles are and how they can get connected, what is that, intake or resource effort process?
Absolutely. So although if you'd like to switch places, it
No.
sounds like you know quite a
No,
bit.
No.
But thank you for opening that door.
Yes.
So Jewish Family Services is really here to help anyone in need in the community. As I mentioned before, we have a program called CAP, which is Child Abuse Prevention Program. We have staff that go into the schools or do virtually with the schools to teach children about child abuse and how they can get help by finding a safe adult. We also have senior services. We want to make sure that seniors get the services that they need to be able to stay in their homes and in their community, along with therapy opportunities for children and for those in need. But we want to be a resource to the community and really be able to help to where we can. So if someone does come to Jewish Family Services and is looking for a resource that we can't provide, we will connect them with another resource in the community. And people can learn more about our programs at jfsstl.org. You'll see all of our programs and opportunities there, and ways to connect with different services that we offer.
You still run the adult daycare program?
We do not.
Okay.
But I do know that the Jewish Community Center across the street has a wonderful adult daycare program for anyone in need. But we do work with a lot of seniors in the area and know that the importance of helping them to get the resources that they need. Put me in the hot seat.
You did great.
Folks, do we have any other questions? Go ahead.
I have one on the turkey trot, which I think is an absolutely wonderful idea. I used to do moonlight rambles many years ago. I did midnight ramble at downtown. You said you've had no accidents, which is absolutely wonderful. But I'm hoping that somebody does the trail before Thanksgiving, and I mean right before Thanksgiving, to check on any obstacles that may be there.
Yeah.
Because one year was a moonlight ramble, they didn't do it, and we were going under the Highway 44 bridge, and bicycles were just crashing because of construction there, but we didn't know. And with the construction that we have and all of that, it looks from your map like that you wouldn't hit anything. But if it's fire or anything and people aren't expecting it,
Yeah.
if somebody goes first and you just let them know in advance, probably not going to be anything. But I just wanted to pass that on.
No, that's a really good point, by the way. And Beverly Tucker Knight, who's not here, she might be here virtually, I don't know. We have our parks team actually run the route, not run the route, like actually walk the route and clear debris, label different areas where there's cracks in concrete. It's done all ahead of time leading up to the race. So there's probably 2 or 3, the whole Parks Department really chips in, cleans up any areas so we don't have any congestion. There's no bottlenecks, because really safety, I made light of it. But the point is, like, we were really kind of proud of that track record that people can go into Thanksgiving without having to go to the ER first. You know, that's something that's of great importance to many families. So there's a lot of focus on making sure the route is clean. Jeff, who's now in New York, but was here recently, used to run that route continually before the race to make sure that every tick and tie is set up to ensure safety. So appreciate the thought, and thankfully we're kind of thinking along the same lines. Am I gonna run it? No way. I work in the pavilion.
Somebody has to be in charge of the beer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Short
look
straw.
out. Look out. My son is planning to run it again this year, and he's a runner. He's one of those cross-country runners. I don't understand it. Why someone would endure that kind of pain for fun, but he's one of those people. Anyone else have any other questions? Well, folks, I am so glad you took time to come in and see all of us. We still have plenty of coffee and some bagels back there. Please don't let it go to waste. Consume. Stop, talk to everybody, shake some hands, get to know your neighbors, And thank you for being part of this wonderful city. Have a great day.